Well, as we approach the holiday season, we have plenty of things to be grateful for. Friends and family to lean on, high school basketball at its finest, and Christmas festivities for everyone to enjoy. But what do you get when you mush all those three together? You get one of the greatest traditions that Nebraska high school sports has to offer. Christmas in the Cage is ready to commence here at the Hyder Center. Thank you for joining us here as the Birdcage is swinging alongside Colton Alder. I'm Alex Tejan. Well, Colton, it's just great to be back here for this game. A lot of people here, just great two teams about to play a great game, Colton.
Yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere here today with the Birdcage being as large as it is today for Christmas in the Cage. Great tradition here, and it's going to be exciting here tonight.
It will surely be exciting as feeling in the air tonight as the Junior Jays sway. We look at some of the stats we have to bring you here in this pregame. We look at the coaches poll, Class A. You see Miller North, after ending Bellevue West's winning streak dating back to last year, they sit at number 1. Meanwhile, Westside is at 2, with being undefeated as well, followed by Bellevue West. Meanwhile, Prep sits at 6 after they lost to Papillion-LV South last Friday. They fell to the 6th spot, and there's Papillion-LV South at 4.
Yeah, tough loss to Papillion-LV South, but a win here today would help get them further on the right track after getting back-to-back wins versus Lincoln Southeast and Gretna East last night. It's going to be very important for them to win these next couple games so they get some momentum going heading into the Metro tournament.
Important is the best way to put it. As we take a look at the last time these two teams met, it was actually not too long ago. It was actually back on December 2nd where Prep took care of business. They had a 20-point win when they played in Lincoln. Trinell Parker and Dylan Clausen with 19 points, 22 rebounds. We expect to say their names quite a bit as they got the job done. They hope to do it again this year.
Yeah, and getting a big win here today will be very important for the Junior Jays, and it's going to be focused on the performance of Trinell Parker and Dylan Clausen quite a bit. They're going to need to come up big in the post to prevent some drives from the Monarchs and prevent them from getting on the scoreboard.
Now, 24 hours ago, the Prep played host to the Gretna East Dragons, the first ever meeting between these two schools. Leading the way was Torrin Carter Brown with 18 points and 6 three-pointers. It's been a just overall great win. It took a kind of slow start for them, but they were able to go out and win by 19.
Torrin Carter Brown was really hitting a lot of threes there tonight. He was shooting really well. As you see, knocked down 6 of those. Trinell Parker was making a lot of big plays in the post. Dylan Clausen and Marquise Tolliver did really well on the boards. They each got 9 rebounds, and the Junior Jays ended up getting a pretty big win for them there.
Well, last year's Christmas in the Cage, it was not the way they wanted. As the Lincoln East, who of course went to state last year, they were able to come in here to this great environment of Christmas in the Cage and were able to win by 2. Dylan Clausen had a nice game, but guys like Connor Hamilton of Lincoln East just got the job done and did a better job.
Yeah, Lincoln East played really well that game. Creighton Prep was really struggling from behind the line, as you see, shooting under 25%. They've been shooting a lot more efficiently this year, though, so they're hoping to avoid another scenario like that here today.
Indeed, as we look at the sophomore Torrin Carter Brown, who had obviously the great game last night, averaging 14 points per game through 5 games, over 50% on his field goal percentage as well. He's, to say the least, he has a very bright future. I mean, he had it last year. He was a starter as a freshman at one point, and we just expect to say his name quite a bit tonight.
Torrin Carter Brown, obviously, he's got a lot of talent. If you're able to get into the rotation pretty regularly as a freshman here at Prep, you're probably going to be pretty good, and he's been really good for them this year. He's their leading scorer with over 14 a game. He's shot really well, and he's going to try and be one of the main offensive catalysts for them as this year goes along.
If Prep wants to achieve their ceiling of cutting down the nets in Lincoln, it's going to be courtesy of plenty of guys like Torrin Carter Brown. As we will step aside, coming up next is tip-off of the Christmas in the Cage here at the Hyder Center in Omaha. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center as the two teams are about ready to get things going with their starting five. First for the Monarchs, number 2, Cedric Williams, number 3, Tamarcus McCarty, number 14, Trey Richardson, number 24, Brock Rawl, and number 44, the future Nebraska Cornhusker, Eric Ingwerson at football.
Performance of the Monarchs here today is largely going to depend on how efficient number 3, Derek McCarty, is going to be today. Shooting just 29% on the year, was 4 for 26 during the game the Monarchs played versus Prep earlier this year. It's going to be important for him to shoot well in order for the Monarchs to have any chance of winning today.
That is one thing for sure. As take a look at our hype video. Now for your starting lineups for the Junior Jays. Number 0, Dylan Clausen. Number 3, Torrin Carter-Brown. Number 4, Caleb Josu. Number 10, Carson Jones. And number 32, Trinell Parker. All of those guys have been have huge key roles on this team.
Performance of Junior Jays, like we mentioned in pregame, is largely going to be based on how Dylan Clausen and Trinell Parker play. They both had big games versus the Monarchs when they played earlier this month. They're going to need to come up big again down the stretch, and that'll be huge for them going into the Metro tournament and eventually onto their ultimate goal of winning state.
As the Jays chant raised down from the birdcage, a lot of folks here to watch this one here in the Hyder Center, Colton. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game here.
One of the most hyped up games throughout the season that we will be able to get as we are about ready for tip-off here for the 2023 Christmas in the Cage. Ingwerson versus Trinell Parker on the tip-off, and he wins the tip, and it goes to Dylan Clausen. Prep looking to get things going on a hot start, as the last few games that their starts weren't as oriented, as Carter Brown cuts inside back to Trinell Parker. Working against Ingwerson. He looks. Now back to Clausen, far corner. Looks up to Trinell. The ball bounces up. He gets it right back. Goes under the hoop. Looking to way out, and it results in a turnover. Push it ahead over to Marcus McCarty, and off the glass it goes.
McCarty already getting on the scoreboard, averaging around 16.5 points a game for the Monarchs this year. Gets a good start for them here today.
Let's see if Prep can respond. Quick feed over to Carson Jones. From Torrin Carter-Brown to Caleb Josu. Almost pulled the trigger, but Clausen will pull the trigger. That one's off the mark. Rebound Ingwerson. Now it's Trey Richardson. Back to Cedric Williams. Brock Roll. Take it over to McCarty, working against Caleb Josu. Got up to a hard start. They will certainly want to continue that. Here's Williams. One-on-one with Torrin Carter-Brown. He stops his dribble and throws it out of bounds into the prep bench.
Well, some great defense by Carter-Brown there, forcing a bad pass on the part of Cedric Williams. Good stop there for the Junior Jays. Now they're looking to just get on the scoreboard.
Certainly the mistakes is something what you want to limit in this game for sure. As Papillion-LV try to pull upset as they went currently 3-2 on the year, Preps 4-1. As Josu hops over, and another pass that goes just out of bounds. It'll go back to the Monarchs.
Yeah, and something going one way goes the other way. Good defense again for the Monarchs, and they force it out of bounds.
McCarty, now to Brock Roll. Back to Williams. Looks working against Carter-Brown. Back over to Roll, lays it up and in. So far off to a good start with 5:47 left as Carter-Brown pulls the trigger and he sinks it. Torrin Carter-Brown continues right where he left off with 6 threes last night against Gretna East. Here he is with the first points of the day for the Junior Jays.
He's really been on a tear recently, and he continues that here at the start of this game.
Williams. Back over to Brock Roll. McCarty over to Trey Richardson. And an offensive foul is called. Excellent job by Torrin Carter-Brown to draw it. And as I believe Trey Richardson just got a little too rough there, and the ball's going back the other way.
Some really good defense from Torrin Carter-Brown, specifically early on here today, forcing multiple turnovers from the Monarchs, and he's got the Junior Jays' first 3 points. It's been great for them to start this ball game.
Screen by Parker. Now Caleb Josu cuts inside. Near corner, Torrin Carter-Brown is off the mark. Clank's no good as he almost loses the ball, but a foul is called. Torrin Carter-Brown tried to race for the ball, trying to snatch it, but instead he was called with a push.
We saw the Junior Jays get into foul trouble last night with Dylan Clausen getting 2 fouls early in the first half. Didn't really play the rest of the first half. You better hope Carter-Brown doesn't continue to rack up the fouls, because he can't afford to lose his offensive production.
Yep, he's truly been a key point within this first couple of minutes. Now Williams, now Brock Roll working against Dylan Clausen. That might have been deflected. Excellent job by Clausen, who leads the team in blocks this year. Was able to get a piece of it. Now Carter-Brown works inside. 2 guys near him. Chanel Parker bangs the gavel, and Parker gives the Junior Jays the lead. That's something what you love to see.
Yeah, the Birdcage really getting into it. They like to see that.
Now Brock Roll tries to feed it over, and ball bouncing around like a pinball into the arms of Torrin Carter-Brown. Pushes it ahead to Carson Jones and lays it up and in. The switch is turned, if you ask me. Now Cedric Williams says, why not? That one is off the mark and out of bounds.
Now 7 straight points for the Junior Jays. All of them either scored or facilitated by Torrin Carter-Brown. He's really gotten off to a hot start. The sophomore playing really well these last couple games.
Trying to cook something up. As you said, Papillion-LV started 4-0, and ever since, Prep's been on a 7-0 run. Looking to cook as Janelle Parker over to Caleb Josu. Inside to Dylan Clausen, working his way around. It just tries to loft it over to Janelle Parker, and that ball is deflected, but it will stay with the Junior Jays.
A little bit of a sloppy possession offensively, but it stays with Creighton Prep. There's some good hustle by Chanel Parker there to keep it with the Junior Jays.
Caleb Josu to inbound. Now Torrin Carter-Brown. Oh, tries a little fadeaway 3-pointer just off the mark. Rebound by Brock Roll. Now it's Rawl working against Dylan Clausen, almost loses it. Now into the arms of Brady Hyluck. Hyluck, mid-range jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound, Dylan Clausen. Marquise Tolliver, who checked into the game, it just tries to dunk it over to Trinell Parker. That results in a turnover. Here comes DeMaurice McCarty. It's blocked by Dylan Clausen. Dylan Clausen with the rejection. Now open is Tolliver. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Marquise Tolliver off the block from Caleb Jost from Dylan Clausen as Cedric Williams make that DeMarcus McCarty easily responds with the easy layup. And holy cow, excellent job blocking for Dylan Clausen and Marquise Tolliver off the bench with the three. As here he is again, almost loses it, but now here's Trinell Parker. Works himself inside, spin move, and lays it in. Working against Garen Maley, and he wins that battle.
It's been a very high-paced last couple of minutes.
Oh, yes, I'm out of breath. Here's Brady Hyluck. Now DeMarcus McCarty works against Torrin Carter-Brown, and it'll be a foul.
It's already 2 on Carter-Brown as they're going to have him check out for Josh Kearney. Max Jungers, the freshman, also checking in for Trinell Parker. Looks like McCarty's also checking out for the Monarchs here.
It looks like Josh Kearney is going to check in as well for the Junior Jays. And here's an inbound, goes into the arms of Marquise Tolliver. Turnover's been racking up as here he is, cuts the inside over to Josh Kearney. He's lethal from that position. And no good, but an excellent rebound by Dylan Clausen. He'll pull the trigger. That one's in and out. And the ball goes in the arms of Cedric Williams. Going back the other way. Open three-pointer, Trey Richardson. No three-pointer, actually, but the ball is going to Junior Jay's way.
Been a very fast-paced ball game.
I was about to say that. It's really sped up.
It's just some good defense on both ends there. Preventing points is now the Junior Jays continuing to play really well, trying to build their lead.
Now it's Tolliver. Dug up top of the key. Now here's Josu. He'll take the three. That one landed just short. With a minute remaining in the first quarter, both teams like to get things going, as here is to Cale Johnson. He gets it no good as Dylan Clausen was right in his face. Now here we go offensively for the Junior Jays. Josh Kearney. Over to Tolliver, and Dylan Clausen ping balls that ball into the basket off the assist from Marquise Tolliver.
Junior Jays ran a lot of screen action there. They're going to get it back.
How about that? Marquise Tolliver playing great defense as Cedric Williams just falls and loses the ball in the process. It will go back to the Junior Jays. Prep can hold for the final shot. As Jet Smeal has checked into the game. 4 of the 5 guys on the corner bench, guys, as Tolliver, with 5 seconds left, shifts it over. Josh Kearney, far away, corner three, it goes! And that'll do it with the first quarter. How about that by Josh Kearney? Off the bench, gets the three-pointer to hit, and that's how we end this first quarter, with a score of 17-6. We'll be back with the second quarter coming up. Second quarter is about ready to get things going. Alongside Colton Alder, I'm Alex Tejan. Thank you so much for joining us here for Christmas in the Cage. Let us remind you that stay tuned for the second half. Don't go anywhere as we have our halftime show coming up as that as well. As Prep holds on to 11-point lead. Looking to keep it going as Cedric Williams double covered as Tolliver fights for the ball. Still goes into Cedric Williams' hands.
That was almost the fourth turnover Marquise Tolliver has been responsible for defensively. He has played very well off the bench here today.
Absolutely. Cedric Williams cuts inside, working against Jet Smeal. Looking for something. Fans want to travel, won't get it. As an awkward-looking shot by Brock Roll does not fall. Now into the arms of Dylan Clausen.
That's 6 boards already for Clausen.
Wide open is Tolliver. Can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound. Swifted over Dylan Clausen. Mid-range jumper from the free throw line, no good. Another offensive rebound by Jungers that pokes out. Back to Clausen. Now, let's take a breather now with Max Jungers. Shot clock resets. Jungers looks. Back to Clausen. Marquise Tolliver feeds it over. Dylan Clausen with 2 guys on him. Can't get it to go. Rebound Ingerson. Now it's to Marcus McCarty, over to Williams. And we saw it at the end of the first quarter where they had 4 bench players in, and they keep doing that with only Dylan Clausen being the main starter that's still in the game.
This bench unit for the Junior Jays played really well all season, and they're continuing to do so here today.
8 on the shot clock. Over far corner, Cedric Williams takes the 3, won't go, and the board reached in by Carney. That wide opens Jungers, looking Clausen, fakes Ingerson out, and easily lays it in. Timeout, Monarchs.
Great start for Creighton Prep. Dylan Clausen, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks already. He's been perhaps the most impactful player for the Junior Jays early on today.
Sure has, with 6:05 left.
Birdcage already bringing out the warm out the bus chant.
Probably one of the, if one game is for sure, this game obviously has the largest birdcage going up to the back row.
It's nice to see everyone here for Christmas in the Cage. Obviously a great tradition here. Junior Jays looking to get a win on Christmas in the Cage, avenge their loss from last year, and end up improving to 5-1 on the season.
After the timeout called by the Monarchs, Prep holds on to a 13-point lead.
Birdcage really getting into the ear of Brock Roll.
He's about ready to inbound it, and they're letting him hear it. And now a discussion's coming between one of the officials and Coach Ludke. They're having some extended time to talk things over.
Now we look at the matchup between these two teams. Since 2006, Creighton Prep has won 20 of the 23 matchups between these two teams. They've won 10 straight as well. Of course, their earlier matchup this year, Prep claiming a 58-38 win versus the Monarchs at Lincoln High. It was a good win for them that brought them up to 2-0 on the season.
And of course, these two teams met last year in January and last season, and they were able to win that game as well, winning 74 to 37. If I'm not mistaken. Dominant wins so far over the last 2 games. Now Papillion after the timeout, looking to try and find something to get away from, to try and lower this deficit. Here's Cedric Williams. Give it a look, but here's Brock Roll. He'll take the three, goes for it all, no good. A rebound, and it's Jet Smeal racing down the court. Now Dylan Clausen over to Jungers. He fires and delivers. Max Jungers from downtown gets the basket to go. It's 22-6. As the three-pointer is no good. Ball bouncing around and a foul is called. I think DeMarcus McCarty was the one that fired at the three-pointer. And after Max Jungers hit that three ball, the birdcage rained down a "he's a freshman" chant.
Yeah, Max Jungers hit his first career three-pointer late in last night's game versus Gretna East. He gets his second career one there.
Free throw good by Trey Richardson. Richardson goes for 2 for 2. Now it's Marquise Tolliver. He's been playing laser sharp today. Goes down the court, almost loses the ball. Now two guys are on him trying to swat the ball away, and Eric Ingwerson comes up with a turnover. Cale Johnson pushes it out. Trey Richardson for three. That one doesn't go. Papillion-La Vista looking for their first three of the game.
Papillion-La Vista not really a team that shoots very well from three, under 30% this year.
As finally we have the three-pointer. Is that an announcer jinx? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
DeMarcus McCarty ends that drought. We always see those videos of announcer jinxes. As here's Carson Jones. That one's just short, and a rebound by Trey Richardson. As the ball bounces up in the air, and the rebound scooped up by Trinell Parker. Now Jones looks. Tolliver. Over to Jungers. Tolliver just says, why not? Too strong. Rebound goes to Cale Johnson. Takes it over, squeezes it over to Eric Ingwerson. That one toilet bowls in. They make it 22-13.
Now the Monarchs on a 7-0 run. They were really getting some momentum here after the Junior Jays dominated for such a long time.
They had that timeout earlier, and there's another turnover into the arms of DeMarcus McCarty. Now over to back to Marquise Tolliver. Kind of like a tennis match with all these turnovers and a timeout called by Josh Lukey.
It's already 3 steals for Tolliver, and he ends up saving a potential basket there that would have furthered this run to 9-0.
So they'll talk things over as look at some of the points. Trinell Parker has 4 points. Max Jungers has that three-pointer earlier in the game.
For the Junior Jays, Trinell Parker leading the way with 4, but it's been a balanced attack the whole way. Both teams having a bunch of guys scoring points. Been a really balanced attack offensively for both teams throughout.
Both teams come out of the timeout. As we said in that earlier timeout, they talked things over, and it kind of worked with that 7-0 run the Monarchs currently have. Let's see if they can continue with Dylan Clausen inbounding. Clausen to Tolliver. Now Josh Carney checks into the game. Back to Clausen. Over to Tolliver. Almost looks at it. Instead passes it over to Trinell Parker. Now over to Jones. 8 on the shot clock. Got to hustle. Tolliver. Pushes out Trinell Parker. He just steps inside, takes the shot, and it goes. Right at the shot clock buzzer, he steps in and gets the easy bucket.
We all know how well Trinell Parker can play in the post, but he can also shoot. Ends up knocking down the mid-range shot and extended this lead back to double digits.
Trey Richardson. Now three-pointer heave is off the mark from Brock Rawl. Now Marquise Tolliver lays it up and in off the glass, just simply cuts inside the lane and goes the right way, 26-13.
Marquise Tolliver's had a big impact off the bench here today. That's 5 points for him, in addition to all his impact on the defensive end and passing. Is now the Monarchs can call for travel.
Another turnover. As a chunk of the birdcage is preparing themselves for the halftime show, we encourage you to stick around and watch that as another edition of the Christmas in the Cage will take place. Clausen shifts it out, Carson Jones tries to get it over to Tolliver, and it's intercepted by Cedric Williams. Working against Trinell Parker, and he says, "Get that out of my kitchen," with a nice block.
Trinell Parker, great rim protector for the Junior Jays. He just sticks his arm up there and blocks it. He had 3 blocks versus the Monarchs the last time these two teams played, and he gets his first one right there. Him and Dylan Clausen already with 3. Big block there for Parker.
DeMarcus McCarty, and now over to Brock Rawl. A deep three, kind of behind the top of the arc line, and he does not convert it. Parker. Down to Marquise. Big fades away, tries to go up. It's 2 guys on him, but Dylan Clausen to clean it up and tip it right back in.
At 6 points and 7 rebounds now for Dylan Clausen. He's in a very big game.
And a push off and an inbound coming from the Monarchs. Jet Smeel called for the foul.
There's been a very low amount of fouls here today.
Yeah, I was about to say, not a lot of, I don't think we've had actually we had 1 trip to the free throw line from Papillion-LV.
Yeah, just 5 total team fouls as the first half winds down. Just 1 from the Monarchs. Been a relatively fast-paced and foul-free game.
McCarty will take the three-pointer, and he hits it. DeMarcus McCarty, who had 12 points in the game against Prep a few days ago, able to punch it in there.
It's already 10 points for McCarty.
About a second difference between the play and shot clock. Clausen finds it over to Josh Carney. Now back to Clausen. He'll take the three-pointer, and it rolls up no good. Rebound by Brock Rawl. Trying to push it ahead to DeMarcus McCarty. Goes up over to Dylan Clausen and gets the basket to go, and that will end the first half.
12 first half points for DeMarcus McCarty, but for the Junior Jays, a balanced attack. Dylan Clausen and Trinell Parker each with 6 points in the first half. Marquise Tolliver adding another 5 for him. Creighton Prep enters the second half with a 10-point lead over the Papillion-LV Monarchs. We will be back for the second half action, but first, Christmas in the Cage halftime festivities coming up here on CPSN.
We welcome you back to the Hyder Center second half. About ready to get going here at Christmas in the cage as Colton Alder and Alex Tejan take care of the commentary for you. Well, Colton, the next exciting first half and even a more exciting halftime show. It was really awesome to go through both of those parts, and second half about ready to get off.
Yeah, it's a lot
Tip-off. What do you want to call it?
It's a lot of fun to be in the building for Christmas in the Cage. It's a great environment. Halftime show is a lot of fun, and it's nice to get this second half started here at the Hyder Center. For the Monarchs, it was DeMarcus McCarty leading the way for them in the first half. He scored 12 of their first 18 points. Meanwhile, for the Junior Jays, it was more of a balanced attack. Dylan Clausen and Trinell Parker both with 6 points. Marquise Tolliver with 5, and 3 other players recording 3 points apiece. Junior Jays have had a very balanced attack, and it's really worked for them as they've jumped out to a double-digit lead.
Second half underway. Here's Torrin Carter-Brown to start things off. He had a 3-pointer in the first half, and all the starters out as Trinell Parker, and one. Gets the shooting foul as right off the bat, 10 seconds here in the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, the Junior Jays coming out quickly. Great job by Josu to feed Trinell Parker in the post, and Parker ends up just putting it in. Good start to the second half for the Junior Jays as they're now up by 12, one of their largest leads of the night so far.
Free throw no good. Rebound to Brock Rawl. Rawl steps inside, working against Clausen, pushes it out to DeMarcus McCarty. One-on-one fadeaway jumper, no good. Reaching rebound by Trinell Parker. Carter-Brown near the free throw line, now over to Clausen inside Trinell Parker. Back to Parker. Takes it out, Caleb Josu working, trying to work his way into the lane, and they'll call a travel on that.
It might have moved a little bit there. Junior Jays tried to get it into the post, but in the end it ends up not working out on the possession.
DeMarcus McCarty working against Torrin Carter-Brown, lays it in. 30-20 now the score. 14
of the first 20 points have come via DeMarcus McCarty. Great start for him, but he's going to have to kick it up a notch if the Monarchs want to come back in this ball game.
Carter-Brown, Torrin Carter-Brown, over to Carson Jones. Caleb Josu looks, now over to Clausen, makes one man miss, up the top part of the glass, in, working against Garen Maley and company. Now it's DeMarcus McCarty, tries to go up against Trinell Parker, he has it swatted, and the ball still bouncing around into the arms of Clausen, now to Carter-Brown. Now Caleb Josu, three-pointer is pure. Caleb Josu, a far corner, downtown three is good, and that's his first basket of the night.
Great turn of events for the Junior Jays. Some tremendous effort on the defensive end with the block from Parker and Dylan Clausen getting the steal. And then the three ball on the other end by Caleb Josu, padding the lead to 15.
Now over to Arms, and the ball was just loose, and DeMarcus McCarty was able to pick that one up. Now Clausen over to Carter-Brown. Works his way inside and tries to feed it to Trinell Parker. Instead, it's a turnover to Brock Rawl. Rawl flips it out. Now this is Trey Richardson.
Another block.
But it will stay with the Monarchs.
It's the third block for Trinell Parker, I believe. Him and Dylan Clausen have 5 combined so far. Great performance from these prep big men, combining for 16 points and 5 rejections.
This is Garen Maley, and he lays it up in over Trinell Parker. Torrin Carter-Brown over to Dylan Clausen. Works his way inside. 3 guys around him. Instead, he whips it out to Caleb Josu. Now Parker, 7 on the shot clock. Jones has it. Got to do something. Caleb Josu dribbles, lays it up. Too strong off the back of the rim as Dylan Clausen fakes it around and lays it home. Excellent job by Dylan Clausen trying to find the basket and gets the N1.
Incredible play by Dylan Clausen, getting the offensive rebound off the miss by Josu and just putting it right back up and in. He's the first junior J in double figures today. He extends this lead to 13, chance to make it 14 on the free throw.
He lays that one in to make it a 14-point ball game. Cedric Williams tries to feed it over. Instead, Trey Richardson has to fling it all the way over to Cale Johnson, working against Trinell Parker. That one doesn't go, but a whistle has been blown, and an inbound coming.
That was an incredible pass by Trey Richardson. Almost a turnover there for the Monarchs, but he ends up just saving it. Incredible pass to just fling it from almost out of bounds on the other side of the court to Cale Johnson up there. Really saves the Monarchs in that situation.
McCarty now over this time. No good shot by Garen Maley. Now it's Tolliver. Clausen over to Jones. Carney, who just checks in, loses the ball, and two of the guys tumble on each other, and it's going to Papillion-La Vista's way.
It's a great effort from the Monarchs there. Carney tried to keep it in bounds, but he ends up just losing his balance, and it rolls out. Tough play there for the Junior Jays, but some good hustle defensively as the Monarchs not giving up in this ball game yet.
3:50 left to play in the third quarter. Richardson takes it out to Cale Johnson. Now to Richardson. Now here the three-pointer. No good. Rattles out from DeMarcus McCarty. Parker over to Jungers. Now back to Jones' corner. Now makes his way out. Back to Jungers, over to Tolliver. Looking to get the screen by Trinell Parker. Instead, just takes it himself. Too strong, and reaching rebound by Trinell Parker. Now he tries to swift over. And another missed opportunity, but he gets it on the second try.
It's a great play by Trinell Parker, getting not one but 2 offensive rebounds on the play. Just showing off his size there as he just beats the big men for this Monarchs team. Seems like every time down the floor.
McCarty. Now Cale Johnson. And a whistle is called. Trey Richardson tried to lay it up as they call Marquise Tolliver for the foul. And here come the free throw distractions.
It's the first free throw the Monarchs have had facing the Junior Jays side today. Be interesting to see what they pull out.
Trey Richardson. Jet Smeal checks into the game for Carson Jones. Ingerson and Brock Rawl check in as well. He's 2 for 2 from the line.
Appeared like Richardson wasn't that bothered by the free throw distractions there.
Nope. As this ball is a turnover over to Trey Richardson, and it's blocked by Parker. Scooped up by Tolliver, racing down the court. Only one is McCarty. He lays it up, and then one is blocked. And he almost runs into all the cameramen. Timeout called by Prep. After that, interesting turn of events.
Some great hustle on both ends from Trinell Parker for the Junior Jays, and then to Marcus McCarty for the Monarchs. Both of them playing very well today, and they show that off once again as now Junior Jays trying to talk some stuff over and get right back at it after the timeout. For Trinell Parker today, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks. He's played extremely well for the Junior Jays.
He's having an awesome season. Number 32, the junior, Trinell Parker.
All 3 games he's played here at the Hyder Center have been really good. He scored 27 in the opener, had 18 last night, and now he's got another 10 points with 5 rebounds and 4 rejections tonight.
Marquise over to Jungers, feeds it over to Trinell Parker inside, working against Ingerson. Back to Tolliver with 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and a whistle blown.
Off-ball foul on Cedric Williams, I believe.
Carney. He looks inside, now back to Jungers. Over to Trinell Parker. Trying to work. Carney takes the 3 ball. Rattles out no good. A rebound. Tolliver trying to fight his way up, and he hits the deck hard. And he'll go to the line to shoot a couple.
That was a pretty hard foul there. Tolliver really hitting the deck, but ends up just getting the shot up, and he's going to get 2 free throws here. Chance to extend the Junior Jays lead all the way up to 16 points.
Tolliver swishes that first one. Caleb Josu checks in. That one no good. And the rebound, Tolliver tries to fight for it. Excellent job, and instead goes into the arms of Trey Richardson. Trying to get something going after being down 15 as DeMarcus McCarty lays that one in.
18 points for him today.
Corn Carter Brown finds a wide open. Caleb Josu was able to lay that one in as McCarty tried to deflect that one.
That was an incredible pass by Torrin Carter-Brown. We've seen a few from him here today, and
as that one rolls out, and it goes in the arms of Marquise Tolliver. Now over to Trinell Parker, almost got the dunk, instead just lays it in with his fingertips. McCarty just has it, fires. Brock Rawl tries to convert the deep 3, won't get it, as we're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Tolliver steps in under the basket and lays that one up and in. 47-28 as Marquise Tolliver has 8 points.
That was some good screen action there from Trinell Parker, getting Tolliver open.
Now the 3-pointer from downtown Pure from Trey Richardson.
Now for the Junior Jays, you just got to slow it down, run out the rest of this third quarter, and hopefully get a bucket here to head into the fourth.
Tolliver, he's been playing lights out. Euro step it out to Carter Brown, then Jungers. No good, and that will end this third quarter with the Junior Jays up 47-31 over Papillion-LV. Coming up next is fourth quarter action here at Christmas in the Cage. We welcome you back to the Eider Center. 1 quarter left to play as the Junior Jays ahead 47-31. Papillion-LV trying to make an amazing comeback here in the fourth quarter as Brock Rawl cuts it inside. 3 guys around him, can't get it, and rebound off the arm of Dylan Clausen into the arms of Caleb Josu. Almost trapped to go over to Carter Brown. Now Clausen lays that one up and in. Funky looking shot right there as makes it 49-31.
Gets Clausen up to 13. He's the Junior Jays leading scorer today. He's played great.
And that one rolling around the rim. That one's no good. And Clausen again with the board. 3-pointer on the way from the far corner. Can't get it for Caleb Josu, just off the mark. Now it's DeMarcus McCarty, who has 18 points on the night. Now 3-pointer on the way from Trey Richardson is no good. Ball's bouncing around into the arms of Marquise Tolliver. Now tries to go all the way, and he, oh boy, runs right into the wall and loses the ball.
That was almost a scary play there, but great effort from Tolliver. He's really played hard today. Sometimes you just got to be a little bit more careful with how you play, especially late in a game like this.
Now DeMarcus McCarty lays that one up, and Jungers will be called with a foul.
That rebound Dylan Clausen had on the defensive end about a minute ago, that got him up to 10 rebounds on the day. He has a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds.
As McCarty heads back to the line, that one's good. Make it 49-32.
Chanel Parker coming back in for Max Jungers.
That one goes, it's 2 for 2. As some guys check in. Cale Johnson will, to be more specific, for the Monarchs. As now Torrin Carter Brown races down the court. Still have all 5 starters in for the Junior Jays. Now finds it over to Caleb Josu. Nice pass and nice shot.
It's a great feed from Dylan Clausen there to Josu up ahead. And Josu just good job staying focused and laying it in through the traffic.
Cale Johnson over to Cedric Williams. Now McCarty back to Williams. Just hoists the ball for the three-point shot, no good. Here's the rebound by Cale Johnson. Still fighting for it. Ball bouncing around, and Carson Jones hauls that one in, and then he has Carter Brown. Fires over to Caleb Josu. Looks over, back to Torin. Now Dylan Clausen, far corner, three-pointer, splash! Dylan Clausen goes from downtown. It's 54-33, Clausen with 16. And that one, ball bounces out, and that's an air ball.
The Birdcages.
Yeah, they let them hear it all right. That happened last night against Gretna East. In fact, that's happened in the JV game a couple hours ago.
I believe it was Jake Hawley for Gretna East. They chanted air ball whenever he touched the ball for practically the final 3 quarters. Wonder if they do the same thing with McCarty here.
So with 5:15 left to play in the fourth quarter, Prep leads it 54-33. Been an exciting game.
It's been a very similar game to the one they played earlier this year. That game ended 58-38 with the Junior Jays coming up on top. Creighton Prep looking to get a bigger win than that here today in terms of point differential. Set to be a little bit more high scoring. Great performance from the Junior Jays big men once again. Dylan Clausen with 16 points, 10 rebounds. Trinell Parker adding on another 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Performance of the big men for the Junior Jays has been the main reason they've stepped up so big and jumped to this large of a lead here in the fourth quarter.
Inbounding it is Carson Jones. Now to Torin Carter Brown. Jet Smeal checks into the game. Now here he is with Smeal. We're 2 guys on him, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
It's a tough turn of events. It's good to see Jet Smeal get some more playing time, but just some bad luck there as his back foot might have been out of bounds a little bit.
Brock Rawl. Try cuts it inside. Now trapped in the corner. Kel Johnson was able to scoop that up. Now Trey Richardson. Back to Williams, working against Jet Smeal. Now Richardson working up with 3 guys around him, including Trinell and Dylan Clausen, as Ingwerson reaches over Trinell to lay that one in, 54-35. Now pass over the court to Carson Jones, and he has it back to Clausen, now Jet Smeal. Carson Jones fires from 3, no good, and Clausen Jet Smeal was able to hatch that one. That Torin Carter Brown feeds it, Clausen, no good, but he's there to clean that one up. He gets his own rebound, a 21-point game with 3:50 left to play in the game. Johnson almost loses it. Now Brock Rawl steps back and fires. Didn't really step back, nonetheless, it's no good. Rebound, Trinell Parker trying to race down the court, looking for Jones. Feeds it over, Trinell Parker, and 1. Oh no, he said he traveled. Everybody here started cheering until the ref started motioning in his hands.
Birdcage expressing their disapproval with that call.
And now they're just like, we're up 21. Let's sing some Christmas carols.
Yeah.
It's the holiday season. Rock roll. Now McCarty over to Johnson. Papillion-LV has all 5 of their starters in as Cedric Williams, is able to get that one good to go. Under 3 minutes, Torrin Carter-Brown loses it and into the arms of Ingerson. And that one is off Page. Ball's going back the other way.
Good deflection there from Torrin Carter-Brown. A lot of turnovers here recently, but some great defense from both teams throughout this ball game.
That ball, both guys on the ground, and there's Damaris McCarty, dunks it in front of the birdcage. Whistle and a timeout called by Coach Lukey.
Creighton Prep, you just need to play smart basketball, not turn the ball over. It would take a miracle for the Monarchs to be able to come back in this game, but Creighton Prep, they can make sure that that doesn't happen by just playing smart, not turning the ball over, and extending this lead a little bit.
As the teams talk things over, 2:35 left in the ball game. As now the birdcage of the fans are playing games, another rendition of Where is Waldo, where Waldo, someone dressed as Waldo, just finds their way across around the Hyder Center. He actually stood right next to us at one point.
Yeah.
Good times. Here's Clausen. Trying to go up, and he scores. Excellent job by Dylan Clausen. Pushes that one up. He's up to 20 points.
20 points, 10 rebounds. Great game for Clausen. Been the main threat for the Junior Jays so far today. He's played
long three ball, no good. Rebound to Ingerson, working against Clausen, lays that one up and in. 58-41, Jays ahead. Now Prep looking to ease this one. Now Clausen, long three ball. That one ended up short. Rebound goes to Cale Johnson. Make that Brock roll. As the three-pointer just takes out. And that one's no good. And the rebound by Cedric Williams. Williams working against Tolliver, and a foul is called and an inbound coming.
That's just the second team foul of this fourth quarter. Surprisingly little amount of fouls as now the subs are coming in for the Junior Jays.
Great to see that. Noah Bangs, Patrick Ahani, Miles Jackson. He runs our radio station. And Emmett Knight, he checks into the game. He's been hurt for quite a bit, but he will be seeing some playing time along with Noah Bangs.
Now it looks like the Monarchs are bringing their subs in as well.
Cale Johnson shifts that one up. Three-pointer no good, a reaching rebound, and that one's going to have a whistle blown and going back the other way.
They're getting Cale Johnson for that foul. They're saying he pushed Noah Bangs on Bangs' way to get the rebound.
Inbound coming from Jungers. Now over to Miles. Back to Emmett Knight. Good to see him get some playing time. He's been a veteran for this team. He's got his first start back in his sophomore year as Noah Bangs has that one blocked, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple.
Bangs made a layup last night. He's looking to get some more points here tonight as well.
Noah Bangs to the line. Shoot two with 61 seconds left to play. This is that first one, and looking for to redeem himself on another. Able to get that one there to make it a 59-41 ball game. Under a minute left to play. It's been a great sight here for another year of Christmas in the cage. As the three ball on the way, that one left no good. And a whistle and two free throws coming. Kel Johnson to the charity stripe. That one too strong as he misses that one.
Johnson looking for his first points of the night.
And that one, he misses them both. As Jungers hauls that one in. As Knight almost loses it, and he loses it again. That was deflected. Two guys keep going at him. Now over to Noah Bangs, and he sips that one in. Well, the Junior Jays, they played Papillion-LV twice this year. Back on December 2nd and here on December 16th. Last game, a win by 20. And that one's a foul by Miles Jackson, tries to go up. Still not a lot of time left, but he hits the deck hard.
Miles is gonna try to sink these free throws and get some points on his stat sheet here.
That one rattles home. Miles Jackson stares intently. Can't get that one to go. It won't matter as the last second heave is no good, and that'll do it. This rendition of Christmas in the Cage will end here with a 19-point victory, and the Junior Jays move on to get the 5-1 on the season. An excellent game, excellent atmosphere. Jays win by 19. A lot to say, Colton. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great game here for the Creighton Prep Junior Jays. Always fun to be in the building for Christmas in the Cage. It's nice to see the Junior Jays get a win here on Christmas in the Cage after their loss last year. Dylan Clausen had a big game for Creighton Prep. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. Chanel Parker also had 4 blocks of his own, and this Prep team playing really well. Guys off the bench did a really good job today, and fans were really into it. It was a very fun ball game, and it's nice to see the Junior Jays walk out of here with a victory.
Your final score, 62-43 from all of us here at Creighton Prep Sports Network. Alongside Colton Aller, I'm Alex Tejan. We thank you so much for joining us, and have a Merry, Merry Christmas. We will see you in 2024.